It's bitterly cold outside. Sure is nice to be sitting inside by this fire. However, I sure do miss the fires at a campsite, out deep in the woods. And I'd really like to get out and try my new Hammock Gear Cuban fiber 11-foot Palace tarp. Came in camo and it's looking very sharp. But so many things to figure out. How am I going to hook up the doors? How am I going to guy out the guy lines? I want to use a stinger. Maybe I'll add a wasp for versatility. So many decisions.
Hey everybody, G-Bolt here, trying to find time to get out and set up my brand new Hammock Gear Palace tarp. It's hard not to say winter, but they've taken winter off of it to make it more of just an ultralight, lightest weight tarp with doors and all the protection you could need on a through hike. I got the 11-foot version, and I got added weight because I went with Camo. Camo is a little bit more weight than the regular. It does offer a little bit of privacy, and hopefully you'll see that after we get it set up. Here's the exact box it comes in. I also got the snake skins to go with it, so we'll be putting those on. And then there's the bag itself, Camo stuff sack with the Camo tarp inside. Setting up the HG Palace tarp, and it is a palace, all decked out for the first time. Here's my setup. Just simply larks headed onto the triangle stake, reflected cord up to the shock cord with a Dutch hook, just like Dutch does on his video, looped around. All four sides done the same way. On this end, I have the stinger around the tree to create the perfect V. On this end, I have a wasp so that I can move it in varying trees and have some variety. There's the snake skin on the one end. Here's the door tiebacks that some people had problems with. It's really tough because it's hard to see this little loop right here that you go through. I'll undo it and I'll show you the loop. That loop is very taut, very hard to see. You can barely see it, it disappears. The Camo tarp, pretty nice. Here's the interior of it. I've got one door back there closed. I've got this side opened up and pulled back. Here's my mechanism for pulling back. I've got a little slip. Then the little hook. Then to the other side. And I can adjust with this right here, creating tension or getting rid of tension. To go in, it's kind of difficult because you got to get your nails right into it without it rolling. And I've got to switch hands because I'm used to doing it with one hand. But you depress those little rings and it comes off, which is the one thing that I worry about. On this end, I've got it larks back to this side. You can see how I can close it by doing the same thing on the other side. And what I have here is I have the just double fisherman's top. There's the male side, and then I just pull across the female side. And there it is across. There it is slightly opened, pulling across to each other. I have one other way I can do it, and that is to take a little stake and then sink it out And there they are pulling out to give me more space inside. Again, they are not touching because I side stakes out very far. That's an easy adjustment. So basically here's the back side. Once again, fisherman knot on Zing-It to attach the corresponding, in this case, male part to connect to the other side. Dutch hook down to a stake. It does have the neat D-ring pullouts. That's a great detail right there. Same thing on the other side. So here it is from the back side. Here's a major reason I went with the Dutch hooks. As you can see on this side, here's the Dutch hook undone from the tarp. The tarp is flipped back upon itself. And then it's hooked back here. So all I have to do is find out which one it is, unhook it. Same thing on this side. Find it, unhook it. Flip it back over. Flip it back over and rehook it to the line. No biggie, takes 10 seconds. Okay, once again, new Camo tarp, stinger, sewn and with a drawstring at one end. Very nice, very closed in. It really seals it. And really good the other end, which is tapered, and then you have the wasp on this end. So really tight, nice, even fibers. No bubble in the middle that people complain about. I'm really impressed with this sew job here and in the way that this loops around that end piece. Very nicely done. So what you have to do is slide the slip knot down, open it up wide, and just slide it back, and just get a hold of it and start sliding it back. Here's another neat little trick I didn't see. You slide that micro lock down on the string and it keeps it from coming back. Tapered in, trapped by the wasp, so it'll stay there as a nice little bundle. Very nice. Okay, this is pretty much flowing those out here. You can see it's tied down pretty tight. The only thing I could do is put a stake here and really stake it down, and I do have some stakes I could do like this. Here it is on this end. Here's the head end. As you can see, I've got a much tighter seal all the way down to the bottom. It does curve back here and it cuts the ring. Here's this line. Here's the foot end. Careful not to catch. And you can see I'm inside. There's the bottom. There it's hooked to each outside grommet. There's a slight opening. Here's the other end. Very nice seal on that, and I don't know why I got a good seal on one end and didn't get it on the other. But we'll keep practicing. And there's what it looks like. Sun's not too bright. People would talk about blocking the sun, but it does a fairly nice job of blocking. So here's what it looks like. Head in looking backwards. I went down around, I got boots on. I didn't put on the camp shoes yet because I'm still setting up camp. But there's the foot end.
The tarp is pulled in tight against me. It's right here, but that's storm mode for you. There's the inside seal. I'm not too worried about it. I'm actually quite pleased. You can see the tie-outs there on the inside. Here's the connection to the door, and then I'll take you outside and show you the connection to the other piece. Once again, here's the connection to the whole look. And I'm going to fill in pictures so you can see the way that this looks. Okay, here's another configuration with the doors pulled in on the two ends. And there's the connection in the middle with the micro cord locks to slide it. Very efficient setup. You can see how the one end is here, half open, and the one end is closed. And I'm sitting in the hammock right now. My knees don't touch the wall. There you can see my setup. There's the one end, back down to the other end. And this is one last configuration with the door tied back. You can see the ties. They're all difficult there to see on the sides. Very difficult to see, but they're rolled back so that you can see through. The other end's closed. This end is half closed, half open, so that I can easy in, easy out. And I really like that for when you look around camp and not get in bed.